Hello and welcome to Season 2. We are Paul and Leah, who sailed our boat around the Pacific Islands for a time until COVID appeared. After sailing back to Australia, we are now coastal cruising. Join us as we experience coastal Queensland and don't forget to subscribe.
Looking quite beige, got me deep in the haze. There's no more compassion, no. Raise me, I need something fast, I need something to last and give satisfaction, no.
After completing the jobs that we needed to do on the hardstand, it was time to get back in the water and finish the others. We moved into a work berth. First we needed to complete the window installation. Double-sided VHB tape was laid around the window openings. Then Dowsal 795 sealant smeared over the fiberglass faces before mounting the window with the aid of the suction cups, being very careful to get the alignment correct first time.
So all these windows are in. So the sealant's in the double-sided tape around the windows, and the yellow tape's there just to keep them flat into the body of the boat. And we had to put some screws with these paddle sticks across just to keep them level because they were sort of popping out a bit, the panels. That was yesterday. So we're ready now to put the outside bead round and this side will be finished. And then what will happen is where you can see the white and the sealant coming down, we'll get print signs, I think it is, to get a vinyl panel to put over the top so it will hide that. Maybe a black vinyl panel with the apertures cut out for the windows. Job finished.
It's not working. So this is the Yanmar tachometer, and what's been happening is the lead there, it's not recording, it's not showing the hours. So I found out on eBay the fix is to replace the ribbon. So that's the ribbon there, ribbon which has got the lead in, and that pops back in. Once that's in and you've got rid of the extra silicone glue in there, it hopefully should work again. We'll get the hours back, which has been some time without the hours now. So I've got to take this face off first and then put that ribbon in. So I think this is the problem here. We've got all this gel or silicone, whatever it is, round here, and I've got to get all that out when I replace it. That's coming out. Yeah, actually doesn't look too bad. Okay, that's the ribbon there with a lead. I think it just pops out. Yep, it does. That's it there. That's the old one. I'm replacing it. The only thing I can see is, unless it's those contacts there on the back. So if you compare them, see the contacts on the bottom, you can't see them on the other one. Maybe that's it, I don't know. Anyway, I'll replace this double-sided tape. Got some more. Put these 3 screws in the back. Now put these back in. Reverse order of taking them off. That goes in first. Push that seal in there, the O-ring. Okay, that's ready to pop back into the instrument panel now. So I just need to put this tacho back up through that hole and secure it with the screws, and then put this back into the back of the tacho, and hopefully it should all work. And now for something completely different.
We're just going past Santry Cove, and they're doing something new there which I haven't seen before, is they're putting covers over the boats. So I wonder how much more that costs. So it's protected from the sun, I suppose.
The home of a few super yachts.
After finally leaving Boatworks, we relaxed at the Broadwater on the Gold Coast. Feeding time for the pelicans every day at 1:30 here outside Charis Seafood next to the lagoon. buttons again. We were now ready to leave, so started up the engines. However, the starboard engine had no forward movement. We checked the prop and everything else I thought it could be, then realised it was the cone clutch slipping. Another ongoing problem with SD50s and SD25s. So we had to motor with one engine to Manly Marina in Brisbane, take a marina berth and fix this problem. Okay, so we had to get the cone clutch sent away to the local machine shop. He had to do two things. So we had to get this top nut off, the old one, off the top of that, and it's a left-hand thread, so instead of going anti-clockwise to loosen it, it has to go clockwise, but he went the wrong way and he's chewed that thread up. So the next thing we had to do was also the top cover assembly, where we had to machine it out to take the top nut, because it's now a wider diameter. Because that shaft was damaged, we were very lucky in that we found out we could get a second-hand one. There's none of these shafts in Australia, but we managed to get a second-hand one from the Yanmar dealer down on the Gold Coast. Thank you, Rob. So otherwise it would take 14 days to get one in from outside Australia. Yeah, so that's the cone clutch there. That's where it's being chewed out, on there. That is the new top nut. We have to machine the end of that because to get the right tolerance. And the other job we did was, that is the top cover, and machine it away because that top nut now is a wider diameter, so it needs to go in there. And that is the new shaft that we've got, which we'll replace. So the upgrade is that these two C-clips and this lower collar will replace these two C-clips and this lower collar. And also the other upgrade is the top nut, which will go onto there, and the two thrust bearings underneath. I've lapped this cut cone with the lapping paste, and also in here in the cut cones as well, and then I've washed them out afterwards with kerosene to clean them off nice and clean, get all the paste out of there. If the paste gets into the bearings, it will cause a lot of damage, so hopefully that will do the trick. So I've had to sand down this the back of this top nut here and put the bearing back in, and it has to be a good fit, so that only this 0.2 gauge will fit in there, which it does just. The others are a bit thicker, so the next one shouldn't fit in there, which it doesn't. So the other one, the green one, the 0.2, just about gets in there, yeah, with a bit of resistance. Next thing I've got to do is to torque this up, apply a bit of Loctite to this thread before I do it, and then it's ready to go back in. These clamps are just here, just to keep everything nice and tight while you're doing this, fitting this. So it's had this new bottom collar here with the two C-clips there, which have replaced the copper bearing and the two C-clips that have come out, so that should be a better fit. And also this new top nut here with the other race of bearings that are there to replace, which has replaced the copper washer. I've torqued this top nut up, and I've just peened the top of the the nut there, just where it's on the thread, just with a hammer and a punch, just to stop the thread coming loose. Got it. Magic. Okay.
Okay, so I've replaced the cone clutch assembly, that's gone in now. I've put the gear assembly in. I had to change the Yanmar fitting, put another bolt in, which has got a fitting for a Allen key on the end. It's got a knot lock, and then you adjust the top nut, which is in there, and adjust that at the same time. So as you're adjusting the top nut, you're tightening this until you get resistance in here, and then you know it's right, that the gear's right, and then you can tighten up that top lock. Then you can tighten up the lock nut. So once that's done, the next thing to do is to tighten up these 4 horizontal bolts on the pinion gear, and you do it the same way with a ratchet on the top nut until you find resistance there. You just keep going around evenly on each one, and you've got about 3/4 of thread on each one, and they're nice and tight. So there was resistance in there, so I knew that the gear was meshing good. Then the last job is remove the Yanmar bolt that goes into the oil top cover and replace it with this hose and a vent. So the venting system with the pressure should make it easier to monitor the level of the oil in there. So that's the last job, is to fill this now and start the engine, and hopefully it's all successful.
Thanks for watching. Next time we finally set off north and no more boat jobs for a while. Leave comments, ring the bell and subscribe, that really helps us.
We finally left the Gold Coast and we're heading up through Moreton Bay now. As you can see, I'm all rugged up and it's freezing cold this morning.